Alright, hey, how's it going? Alright, this thing has been on my mind like a worm, okay? Ever since I was working on my last video, which you don't have to go watch that, this isn't a shill to watch that. You don't have to, you know, watch that to understand what I'm getting at in this video. But essentially what's been bugging me is the whole sequels feeling like DLC, or just, you know, not feeling as good as what they used to be. You know, where sequels would almost feel like an entirely different fucking game, with just like the core gameplay mechanics. In my last video, I referenced Infamous as an example. How like 1 feels almost unfinished compared to what the sequel was, and that only came out like, I think just over a year later. Which still just seems like fucking insanity to me. But even sequels that people didn't necessarily like compared to the first game, like Prototype. Like at least Prototype 2 was trying to be a sequel, something different, you know. Improved on some things, but completely left out a lot of things that made the first game fun. As well as kind of just forgetting what the first game's story was even about. Anyway, that's a whole different topic of discussion. This thing I want to talk about in particular, it's very specific. You'd never see a video on this one particular thing, because it's kind of autistic, not gonna lie. Out of all of the problems you could possibly have with a sequel to a game, this is probably one of the more minor nitpicks. But to me, this is fucking important, okay? This is a big deal. This is like a big reason why games sequels suck. So you know, you play a game, it's got a skill tree or something similar to that. You play through the game and you unlock it and you get to have some actual fun with the core gameplay, because the fun stuff is no longer locked out to you. Let's just use Dying Light 1 as an example. That game is almost boring until you unlock a good chunk of the skills. Hell, I might even go as far as to say it just is boring. But getting all those skills feels fucking awesome, and you get to just like wreak havoc on zombies, and it's slick, it's cool, it's gory, and it's fucking fun. Now Dying Light 2 comes out, and a good chunk of those fucking skills you gotta unlock all over again. Like sure, there will be some new ones, but like, what the fuck? Why didn't you just fill it out with new content? Why am I playing the game to fucking be able to slide again? Like, it's been a while since I played Dying Light 2, so I don't know the exact skills that you unlock in both games. But Dying Light the Beast, a third installment in the franchise, albeit a smaller game, more of a spin-off than an actual sequel, but still, you have to fucking unlock all these stupid fucking skills again. Now again, you've got some new abilities, mostly revolving around beast mode, and I think that was implemented just fine. I don't really like when skills are tied down to story progression, and for those who are not in the know, you have to progress through the story to pulverize many different bosses to get their blood and inject it into yourself. Something like that. You're putting their DNA into you, bro, and it makes you stronger. It's video game logic. The reason I don't like this is just because a lot of, like, the more OP stuff or fun stuff will be near the end of the game. Like, the ability to use the grappling hook. That's like a late game thing. That's dumb. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I like to maximize my character so I get to experience the story content almost like it was New Game Plus. Anyway, again, that's a whole different fucking rant. Back to the whole like old skills that were in the first games that you had to unlock to now having to unlock them again for the third fucking time. Using the dead to camouflage yourself. That's like late game as well. Like, I get it, being able to go basically invisible for a short period of time is pretty OP, but who the fuck doesn't want to be OP for like the third installment of a Dying Light game? It's called Dying Light the Beast, for God's sake. You have to unlock the drop kick, which is actually early game, thankfully, but still, like, what the fuck? Why am I learning to drop kick for the third time? Head stomping enemies while they're on the ground, which, fuck you, that should have been a thing from the start. That windmill ability where you can swing a weapon around you, like a windmill, as the name proclaims. That's late game. That's like the last in the tree, if I remember correctly. This one is also egregious. This was in fucking Ghost of Yotei too. Safety landing.
So Ghost of Yotei came out October 2nd. I recently finished it up a couple days ago. I think I've logged about 42 hours. I haven't done literally everything in the game, but I've done basically everything in the game. As it stands right now, it's currently my game of the year. I think the open world is incredible. There's so much side content in this game that genuinely feels like main missions with how good the writing can be and how good the gameplay itself can be. I think it's the best open world game from a PlayStation studio ever made, and honestly, it might be my second favorite like PlayStation Studios game, like, period, behind God of War Ragnarok.
Like you know, pressing circle to land without taking damage from great heights. Ghost of Yote is a sequel. You could have put a skill there that was anything fucking else. Anything else that wasn't already in the first game, I should add. And in Dying Light the Beast, it's even worse. This is the third fucking game where you've got to learn the safety landing ability. It's a fucking parkour game. Which, by the way, sprint is also a skill that you've got to unlock. Yeah, fucking sprinting. Vaulting over a staggered enemy to then, like, drop kick an enemy that's behind them.
Hey, combat skill point. Let's go ahead and, well, we got a cutscene, it looks like. Oh no, it's telling me to do this. Let's see, vault kick, here we go. Jumping over staggered enemies follows up with a kick.
That was a thing you got for free in Dying Light 2 to be like, look at this new quirky mechanic you can do, isn't it cool? Yeah, it was pretty fucking cool. Why is it now locked out? The sprinting block that you do? Again, you could have just put something new or different. It would have been far fucking better and less annoying. Like, the bash ability is not even as good as what it was in the second game. And then along with all of that, there's a whole skill tree dedicated to learning crafting in a game with blueprints. Like, in Dying Light, you get a blueprint and it teaches you a new crafting thing that you can craft. Who'd have fucking thought? You know, whether it be better healing or a weapon mod or just a weapon in general, you know, fucking throwables, all this other shit. You'd find it through exploration, and it was better that way because then you actually felt rewarded for keeping your eyes open, which is actually a thing I wish they focused more on for their open world parkour game. It's actually really fun to parkour around the maps. I just wish there was more stuff to explore, because Dying Light 2 fumbled that. The Beast, it just has it's even worse, it just has this big open map like The Following, but it's empty, there's nothing. The gimmick wore off in The Following. You can't follow the same gimmick from The Following and copy-paste it into The Beast, and then make it worse. I would have just rathered you have the whole map be covered in towns, but I guess that would have been more effort, right? Anyway, back to the fucking crafting skill tree. Unofficial crafting skill tree, it's listed as survival. First skill is being able to stealth better, essentially. Like, enemies take more time to notice you. Their little meter goes up slower, in other words. After that, there's learn to craft the flamethrower. That seems like something you should just unlock in the story. Oh, hey, thanks for helping us out with those raiders, Cream. Here, take this. It should help you show those bandits what for tenfold. But no, they gotta fill out the skill tree with useless shit that doesn't need to be there. Because then, if they didn't, you basically just have, like, 4 new fucking abilities? Then there's just burning less fuel for vehicles. It's just so fucking stupid. So yeah, you'd have to unlock this ultimately useless skill just to be able to do some of the other stuff after this, like grenades. I never fucking rode vehicles, not even when I was in the fucking fields, and yeah, it was annoying, but I mean, I just didn't want to waste time with a fucking vehicle. I didn't like how they felt or controlled. It was better to just go beast mode and just run across the field like a maniac. But yeah, after the efficient driving skill and the grenade crafting skill, you then get to craft the grenade launcher. You fucking what? This also just speaks of the poor design of the story missions, in my opinion. Like, some are more unique than others, but ultimately kind of still buggy, in my opinion. But as well as that, they all just kind of feel the same as each other, just, you know, in a slightly different location. And I know it's the third installment of a game, so, I mean, like, they've already done sewers and radio towers, I guess. What else can they possibly do? I guess, if you have no fucking creativity. But shit, man, it's less about where you are and just what you're doing. Like, imagine if there was a mission where you just got a fucking grenade launcher and you just went ham on, like, 2 massive behemoth infected. Having, like, you know, fucking zombies coming at you and you blowing them up and they go flying too with the grenade launcher. That'd be fucking sick, wouldn't it? But no, we can't do that. We've got to have it be a skill instead. After that, another fucking vehicle-related skill, taking less damage. Me, personally, I would have just fucking said, okay, we're gonna make this a mission where you help a guy out and he basically just, at the end of the mission, is like, hey, I fixed up a lot of those vehicles around town. They should be a lot sturdier than before. Like, it doesn't have to make sense. I don't fucking care for the Dying Light Beast storyline to make sense. Anyone who takes this franchise's storylines seriously, you're fucking cape shit idiots. Now, if you enjoy it, if you just think, like, Kyle is like a hammy badass, and you would rather the game be more cheesy and all that stuff like me, then, you know what? You're based, because you think like I do, and I appreciate that, and I respect that. But I'm sick of these fucking YouTubers making these, like, story explained videos. What fucking story? It was dog shit. The only good parts when where Crane was going all fucking crazy with his, like, oh, you're gonna like me when I'm pissed off.
Move it!
I wouldn't push me if I were you. You don't want to piss me off. You're gonna see a really ugly side of me.
2 seconds later.
Like, that shit was fucking epic. That was Kino. Old ass fucking Gilf hiding out in a cave who's the leader of some ragtag fucking loser group. No, lame. And I didn't even fucking know the guy you're chasing around, who is the quote-unquote beast, is the guy from the second fucking game, whatever his name was. Aiden? Am I an idiot for not knowing that? Maybe I am, but again, I didn't fucking care. The last skill is just the camouflage skill. Yeah, again, it's OP, but for fuck's sake, like, why not just give us a camouflage skill that's even better than that, you know? But we still have camouflage, but this is an upgrade to the camouflage, where, I don't fucking know, like, it lasts longer, and human enemies get freaked out by you. That would've been cool, I guess. I mean, really, that's all I wanted to talk about. Just, like, the fact that all these skills are either pointless, could have been utilized in a different way, as to not pad out the fucking skill tree, or are just skills that we've unlocked in the previous games. It's just lazy. I genuinely think it's just padding out the skill tree, because they didn't know what else to put in the game. Or they just didn't have the money, time, and resources to put new stuff in the game. But I didn't want to make a super long video analyzing why I think the game was disappointing. To be honest, I liked the game. I played it to completion, unlike many fucking games I've bought lately. I had fun with it, and even the story, again, I don't think it was that great, but it was still had its moments where it was entertaining. Mostly all thanks to Kyle Crane. I just wanted to mock this stupid, obvious tactic of padding out the skill tree with useless crap, because you otherwise didn't know what else to put there, or you just didn't have the time or resources to implement it, which for Techland, I sincerely hope it was the latter, because their games are fun, but holy shit, they're really unoptimized and buggy. They also give the fans what they want too. I don't know, I want to extend an olive branch, but at the same time, guys, get your shit together, really. Like the new update where you can kill zombies and they don't respawn, like that's cool. I think they even added like a survival mechanic where you have to eat food. Like personally for me, that's not something I'm looking for Dying Light, but I'm sure fans asked for that and they delivered, you know, after the fact, but you know, they still delivered at some point. Not to say they shouldn't be criticized for releasing a game unfinished, of course they should be. And if the next game they release is just as poorly unoptimized and just buggy and visually a mess, with like audio cutting out, visuals not popping in, textures just looking like shit, looking like mold, I'll have to lose all faith in Techland after that. Give us worthwhile content on release, and also make it playable and not buggy as fuck. Anyway, that's, well, all I had to say, quote unquote. I hope this resonated with some people. Yeah. I guess generic YouTube outro. Have a good day and go fuck yourself.